Hey, how's it going out there in YouTube land today? I got bloodworms and I got some tetraciclid floating pellets. I'll be feeding this albino tiger Oscar. Once again my buddy moved and I went over to his house and took his fish about a week ago. And I told him he'd be a little bit better off chilling with me. Let's see. That's how you finger feed an Oscar. You want to see that again? Come here, buddy. Want some yummies? Oh, he's grabbing on the pellets that are floating. Anyway, if you found my channel, I'm certainly learning how to take care of fish and having a lot of fun at it. You want some more? You're so good. So, oh, there he is. He's getting pretty gentle. Want those guys? There you go. Yeah. So, definitely fun to have some good, some good times with the fish. These convicts were my buddies, and this is his tank, and I'm supposed to babysit his fish, but I'm having a lot of fun. Let me show you how I feed these convicts. I don't know if you can see in the camera, but this is a 1-gallon pickle jar. That little tube puts fresh water in, and up here you can see that it's constantly overflowing into the tank. Got some guppy grass in there. I got a light so that the guppy grass actually gets enough par. That's the photoactive response to make sure that the chlorophyll is doing what's needed. But let me get on to these convicts real quick. Typically all I have to do is flash my hand and, well, let's see what's up. See if I get this one in the cave. Oh, just put my light out. There, come on. So I have to be careful now that I've cross-contaminated this, just to make sure that if there is anything in this tank, I don't contaminate it to my other tank. So I'm going to go ahead and feed all of the bloodworms that are in here into this tank. Rinse this out, rinse this off, and then I can go into my bedroom and get the rest of the fish in there. Floating some bloodworms in. Yeah, as you can see, I got a guppy in here. And it's been in here about a month, and doing just fine. Got an angelfish in the back there, getting along just fine, and I have enough hiding spaces for him. And the Oscar doesn't mess with the angelfish, and the convicts don't get a chance because they're constantly getting chased around by the Oscar. So, yeah, probably not the best of times for everybody, but I think that, this way I just got a lot of different fish, and we'll see how long this guppy survives. It's a bent back guppy, and I don't want it breeding with other guppies because it's got a genetic flaw. So it might get eaten by the Oscar, and I think that's a pretty decent way to go. As long as it doesn't get chased around too much by the convicts, good times. Anyway, it's just a little update as to the the fun that I'm having keeping these guys in check. Got a gravel filter in here, 2 power filters on the back. Basically there's 5 fish in a 55. He's pretty big, so you might actually count as 5 fish, so we might want to say there's 10 fish in here. But due to the different forms of filtration going on and the fact that I do water changes, as a matter of fact, let me check and see what this tank is doing. I use a TDS meter, total dissolved solids, so I can see what's in this tank. The water going in is typically 120 parts per million. So let me kick my meter on, and we'll give it a little dip in. It says 190. So probably a little harder water than I want. So it probably shows me I'm going to have to do a little bit of a water change. So these are pretty handy. They don't necessarily tell you what's in the water, but they do tell you when there's too much of something in the water. So I'm going to go ahead and Probably, well, I don't know if you guys want to watch me do a water change, but let me hit pause at least and we'll see where we're going. I'll probably have to give another drop of this food because it looks like they chowed it all. The Oscar likes to get in on a little bit of the bloodworms. So anyway, let me hit pause. Hey, how's it going out there? So I got some San Francisco Bay brand Meiosis shrimp. And this is one of my other living room tanks. As you can see, up on the surface is a plant that just spins around in circles, and it gives the fry somewhere to hide out. So got my little container, got my little pipette. We're going to do a drop in. As you can see, the fish are already waiting for the action. And it's a pretty fun little tank. It's a 30-gallon. I got some rasboras in there. I got some red swordtails. Got some beautiful guppies. Yeah, so this just works out to be a fun tank. The couple of the guppies in here and the swordtails and the rasboras come from Aquarium Co-op up in Edmonds. And he's got a very incredibly awesome YouTube channel. He's got some incredible fish. He does not ship though. So he does not ship fish. Although he does ship some incredible products like Easy Green that I use in some of my other tanks. So as you can see, just giving a little squirt of the shrimp. Gonna get some more here. Where there's a little dump in of a cloud, and we'll see how they like that. So this tank uses a undergravel filter. Let's see if I can show that real quick. And the other side of the undergravel filter is hooked up to a power filter. And in that power filter is some polyester floss, and then there's a bunch of bio balls, so that I have not only bacteria in the gravel, but I have bacteria in the power filter. And aeration and oxygen, well, comes from the bubbler. You can see right here, it's putting out a pretty great amount of bubbles. And there's a lot of flow in this tank. So nothing gets too stagnant for too long. I should probably check the TDS on this tank real quick. If you don't know, TDS stands for total dissolved solids. Yeah, so the count on this is 170. So that's pretty good. A little bit on the hard side, but guppies like it on the 150 side. Rasboras, they don't mind it that high. And I'm not sure about the swordtails. So that's something I should probably figure out. So I'm going to pause and we'll go check out another tank. So what you're looking at here is my brine shrimp hatchery. And normally I have a little bubbler tube bubbling it away, but I stopped the bubble action so I could collect some live brine shrimp. Now what's going on is there's so many of them trying to swim into the light because they're photoreactive, that they're all shoving each other down because they're all trying to swim upwards. Which makes it kind of nice because as you can see, they're all collected in that corner. And I just basically take my turkey baster and run down that corner and pick up a huge bunch of them. I'll bring them across this angelfish tank, and I'll bring them to my brine shrimp separator station. Simple coffee filter and a glass deal. I'll dip into a fresh water container. I'll rinse my brine shrimp off so they're salt-free, because my planted tanks really don't like salt, even though guppies do. So let me cruise back up to my brine shrimp container. Just recycled it out of recycle. And we'll come over to, yeah, this was, well, I called it my male's tank, the bachelor pad. And then I ended up throwing a couple female guppies in here. And as you can see, they ended up having some babies. So it's going to be pretty interesting. I had that real nice red tail back there. Had the snake skin back there. And that yellow snake skin. So, and one of the firetail snake skins. So any number of males could have mated with the 3 females I got in here. And yeah, I probably should have stuck 10 females in here to combat the males, but some of these males in here aren't that aggressive. So anyway, yeah, just a little tank update. Thank you so much for watching my video.